So today I'm just going to be talking a little about me, and to narrow that down, I'll be talking about my 2020 experience. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel, and as you already know, you're watching. Okay guys, so if you've subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. I love you. If you haven't subscribed, do not forget to click the subscribe button somewhere here. Follow me on my social media platforms at dope_queen_ray. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have, thank you. All right, so today's video is an emotional video for me. It's not an unboxing video. It's not a review video. It's a video about me. I noticed that you guys don't really know a lot about me, or you guys don't know deep things about me. So today I'm just gonna be talking a little about me, and to narrow that down, I'll be talking about my 2020 experience. Yeah, I did that because 2020 was like a very, very hard year for me. It was extremely difficult. It was crazy, but also 2020 was one of the best year yet. So it's in two ways, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So please grab your popcorn, grab water, grab a juice, grab a drink, and let's just talk. Okay, thank you. All right, let's get right into the video. So 2020, where do I start? Okay guys, so at the end of 2019, I'll start from there. I started feeling really sick, and I started having a couple of headaches, blurry vision, and tiredness. At this moment, there was no COVID yet. It was just like rumors. People weren't sure what exactly COVID was, so it wasn't COVID. Moving on to 2020, January. Oh God, I'm so scared of talking about this because my heart is beating so fast. Okay, I can do this. In 2020, January, I started feeling really sick again. And that was coupled, from 2019. 4 months into the end of 2019, I was always having a headache. I'm this kind of person that would always ask you for Tylenol or Advil. It's not because I want to, it's because I don't feel good and I just need to take it. It became more like an addiction. I would always take Advil, Tylenol. Apparently, that was taking a toll on me, and I didn't know. But I wasn't feeling good. So in January, I realized that I started having temperatures, like high fever. I was always having this extreme high temperature, and I knew that something was wrong. Also, I just finished school in 2019, so it wasn't like I had a lot of money. I was still trying to get a proper job, so I couldn't just go to the ER. I didn't have my health insurance anymore, so I just kept managing. Going on to January 10, I stopped working. And I stopped working because I couldn't go to work anymore. From like January 5 to January 10, I was taking Uber to work every day because I couldn't, and my work was like 5 minutes away, and I couldn't go downstairs to take the bus to get to work. It was that bad. I stopped working. I went to my cousin's house in January 10, because I needed someone to take care of me. My housemates were there. They were good people to me, but they also had to work, so I needed support. So I went to my cousin's house. I got worse in January 16 and 17, and I knew I had to go to the ER. No matter how much I would have to spend, I knew I had to go. So I went to the ER. And when I got to the ER, I got there 9 o'clock on January 18, 9 a.m. I'm going to leave 1 or 2 pictures just to show how, nothing too much, so I won't leave like the very bad pictures, just like something to show you what I'm saying. And then when I got to the hospital, I got there at 9. They told me that I had to stay because they were running tests on me. The test went on from like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They didn't know what was wrong with me. I just thought it was advanced fever. That's what I thought I was having, like flu. I got to the after like 6 o'clock. They told me I had to sleep in. Now, before they could attend to me at the ER, I had to pay $800. I think $750 to $800 cash upfront before I could even be admitted in the hospital. So after that, they put me in a room, and it was just to monitor me for the night. From that night to the next day, I skyrocketed from like a 10 to a 95, and how worse my situation was. It was crazy. It wasn't something I expected, and I'm just gonna shorten it. So from 18, 19, 20 was all I could remember until I had to be put into a medically induced coma. Okay, it's so hard talking about this, but yeah, so I had to be put into a medically induced coma because I couldn't function anymore. Apparently, I had some things in my brain, liver, kidney, which I'm not going to go in details about, but yeah, I was really sick, and I could lose my life if probably I didn't go to the hospital. Apparently, my dad had to come from Nigeria. My dad was with me every day in the hospital. I was in the hospital for like a month and a half, and I finally woke up from coma. I went into coma in about January, maybe 22, because I don't remember anything. And I woke up in February, and I saw my dad beside me. He was like a great support system. My cousin, his wife, my friends, they were great people to me at that moment. And that's when I realized that, you know, I don't even remember these people. I didn't remember these people when I was in bed. I don't remember anything. All I just knew that I was dreaming, and I was just sleeping in my dream, and I couldn't do anything. So that happened, and I finally woke up in like February 4. I guess I should be grateful because I was supposed to be in the hospital for about 6 months, and I was there for like a month and a half. I recovered really fast, according to the doctors. When my dad asked about how serious I was when I was still in the bed, he said it was a 50-50 chance, and that's how bad it was. I'm only talking about it now because I'm looking good, I'm feeling better, and I feel like I should share with you guys. You know, I think another reason is if you're abroad and, you know, you feel some type of way, don't take it for granted. I feel like my body just waited for me to get to the hospital before breaking down, because I literally broke down. My friends, when they came to the hospital to see me, I wasn't myself. I lost so much weight. I looked different. I looked like a crazy mad person, which is okay compared to if I died, right? I saw pictures and I just didn't believe this. But that about that. I recovered. I left the hospital end of February. I started recovering slowly. My dad was still with me until the end of February. He went back to Nigeria. And from then onwards, I've been on medication, which is why obviously I haven't, you know, I keep saying I can't drink because I can't drink at the moment. I'm on medication. I'm still on medication. Should probably stop that before April. Depends on how I feel by then. But I've been on medication every day since February. I mean, every day. And I'm talking like 10 pills every day. Now it's reduced to like 5. So I'm good. And I'm good now. I just have to. Okay, so that happened. And so after leaving the hospital, I had a private nurse, and I was lucky because, like I said, I don't have insurance, but the sickness that I had, which I'm not going to say on camera, the sickness that I had is something that the government actually sponsor. I don't know how I got lucky. You know, some situations happen and you're just like, I should be thankful, because if it was something else, I would have to pay out of my pockets, and I don't have that money. Like, how much is my family going to raise? So it was sponsored. So my medications was sponsored by the government. I didn't have to pay anything. Maybe I would have to pay for being in ICU, but I don't know about that yet. I haven't gotten any bills, so I'm not sure. But when that bridge comes, we'll cross it. Now, person where they okay, where they alive, now go pay bills. So I don't mind. I don't mind at this moment. So February ending, got better. March started recovering. I was still very skinny. I've always been on low carb, but then I had to cut my hair again because my hair got damaged in the hospital from lying down on it too much. I couldn't work. I couldn't go back to work yet. So I was also lucky because then the government started giving the CERB money. So it was based off of COVID. I couldn't go back to work and I was also recovering. So I started getting that as well, which is good. And yeah. And then after the sickness, I kind of wrote things down so I don't go off topic because a lot happened in 2020. In April, it was my birthday. April 12th was my birthday, and I took pictures, and that was the first time I felt beautiful in 4 months for 2020. I dressed up, took pictures, I put something here, and I realized that, oh my God, I lost so much weight from 2019 till now, but I look so much better from January and February and now April. Like, it's such a drastic change, and I'm so grateful to God for keeping me, for helping me to grow, for saving my life. Yes, that's the word. I'm so grateful to God. I'm grateful to people, my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, my cousin's wife, my friends. Whew. Yeah, so April came, took pictures. Then in May, I started my YouTube channel. I decided to start my YouTube channel in May, and that has been great. I know I'm not as consistent as I would love, but one day at a time, no pressure. Like, I want to make money off YouTube, but I'm not gonna kill myself trying to put content out there. So I do it when I need to do it, and it makes me happy that I can come up here and just talk and just be myself because I've always wanted to. Fast forward to after YouTube, I started YouTube. I decided to start actively applying for jobs. My doctor said I could, if I get a job, I could start working. Nothing stressful, but I could start working. So in June, I started looking for a job, and that brought about another set of depression because I could say I was depressed. I was always sad. I just wanted to work. My friends were working, and I'm also happy because, I don't live alone. I had people, I had great support system. I live with my friends. My friends were always here. They would come and they work from home, so they would be in my room. I would sleep till like 12. They would come on their break period. They would wake me up, would have fun. We grew so much over the in those time, and it was also quarantine, so there was really nowhere to go. I started looking for a job. I was always looking. I think I applied to like a million places every day. I didn't get anything back. The ones I got were not things I could do. And then I started feeling sick again. Yeah, I started feeling sick again in like June, July. And I was wondering what is happening to me. I reached out to my nurse. They thought, okay, let's do a COVID test because it could be that. Like, I was really feeling sick again, and I was having all those symptoms from back then. And I did COVID test. It wasn't COVID, so great. And then when I got to my doctor, they're like, okay, my body's just adjusting, everything is fine. And then I got better again. Lucky for me. And then I thought about learning how to drive because I didn't want this year to pass, or 2020 to pass, without knowing how to drive. And I also wanted to get a car so bad. So I was saving. Even in these times even as everything was hard, I was always saving. So I got a private tutor to teach me how to drive. I learned how to drive perfectly, and then I had to do my license. And guess what? I failed my license the first time. Again, I failed it the second time. I spent so much money to get this done, and I still failed it. And then I just thought the world was crashing. I mean, it's just license, but it was so much more than that. It was just crazy because it felt like everything I was doing wasn't working. I wasn't getting a job. I was still managing my health. I wanted to just pass this license and go to the next thing, and I wasn't getting through. It was all shades of bad for me. I just felt, I cried. I remember the second time I failed my license, I couldn't go home because I was ashamed. My friends had gotten their license and I was just wondering, why me? And I went under a tree beside my house and I was crying. I was crying so much. It felt like the world was gonna end. I cried that day. And I remember my mom calling me like, I'm sorry. Yeah. And I remember my mom calling me severally on that day. I don't know why she was calling me, but maybe she just sensed something was wrong with me. She called like 3 different times. And when I finally picked, she asked what was wrong. I said nothing. She could tell from my voice that obviously I wasn't feeling too good. So she asked again. And I'm like, and then I told her everything. And I started lamenting about how this life is just bad, how everything is just happening. And then she's like, why are you ungrateful? Think about what you've passed through. You could have died. If you died, would you think about getting a freaking license? Like, who would worry about a license if you're still in the hospital? And then my dad was there, and so my dad is a typical African father. Like, you know, you feel like you can't talk to him, but I realized that my dad has gotten so much softer and we can actually communicate with him. So he called me back like almost immediately and I was like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And I was so sad. I didn't know how to say it. And I'm like, I failed my license again. And he was like, what happened? So I explained everything to him. I explained how I really needed to get a license because at this moment I already had the money to buy a car. And in Canada, if you don't have your license, that's your G2, you can't even drive. So they said words that were coming. At that moment, I just knew that, okay, my dad has changed so much from my dad from when I was growing up. My dad is so much easy to talk to now. I can call my dad and be like, I want to talk to you about something. I can advise my dad now. Like, that's how good it is. And he was so calming. He said some certain words. He said, okay, take your time, maybe learn more, don't just go into it. And then my mom told me to go. Now, go home. So I stood up, I went back home. My friends, I cried again, and they just said, you know what, it's just not time. If you don't get it now, it's because it's not time. And guess what? I did it the 3rd time, and I got it. Okay. And I finally got it a 3rd time, and I'm like, okay, 3 times is the charm now. I got it a 3rd time, and I got my car. Right there, I got my baby girl. Yeah, it's a girl. I got my car, and everything just started falling in place. And then I got a job with a bank. Let me just say it's good. It pays my bills properly. I have my car. I'm getting better. Things started falling in place. Oh, and did I tell you guys I also added a niece? We had an addition to our family in February when I left the hospital. My sister had a baby, a very beautiful girl that I'm obsessed with her. Like, I haven't seen her, but we do FaceTime all the time, and it's just so cute seeing her smile. She's always smiling when she sees me. I'm just trying to get a wrap on this, okay? And yeah, so I got a job, started working. I have my car. I'm getting better. I'm doing my test. I still see my doctor at least once in 2 months or 3 months just to do an update. But in February, I'm looking good. I did my last brain test in January. I did my last brain test in January. Everything is looking good. I might stop my medication soon, but yeah, that's basically it. 2020 gone just like that. That's why I said it started really bad for me, but everything fell into place, and I'm grateful to God for the people around me. I can't stop saying that. My sister was pregnant when I was sick, and I'm grateful to God that nothing happened to her. I'm grateful to God that I didn't die for a baby to come. You know the thing they say, that take one life for another. I'm grateful to God that didn't happen. I'm grateful to God everything is looking good. Yeah, so this video is just really to let you know, to give you a life update. My fans know about this obviously, but you know, people, I'm saying it now so you guys can actually know what's happening. And yeah, I guess that's everything. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned a thing or two about my story. I hope you guys learned a thing or two about being grateful. Yes, I hope you guys learned a thing or two about how wonderful God is and how precious your family and friends and good friends are around you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in my next video. And I won't cry, okay? Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys and have a good day ahead. Mwah. Bye.